Hello, today I'm talking about the advantages and disadvantages of working on a team. And the first one, when I thought of this question, mainly advantages came to my mind. I'm especially reading the chapters from our textbook in chapter 8. I think of a lot of, different roles that I've been able to grow in because different people have put me on to those, or, I'm able to learn a lot more through diversity of opinions and people, and I think everyone comes with things from different viewpoints, and that helps to create a successful team. But one of the biggest issues I've seen in teams is kind of during the team forming phase is, are you putting the right people in the right place? I've been a part of teams where that team forming phase, we were able to identify the key players and making sure that everyone was aligned with company goals and knowing who and what to expect out of this. And we were able to have effective weekly meetings, and we were able to roll out the complications, and um, we were able to successfully come with the solution for that complication and able to um, implement it quickly. And that was because we were able to have people from a nursing background, financial background, clinic management, providers, mid-levels. And so I feel like when you do that, you're able to get those different perspectives where, from a nursing background, you view things differently than if you have a clinic management background, and you would view that different than a financial background and marketing, all those. I feel like when you diversify your team, that's when you're able to more or less have those aha moments, I would say, to where all those diverse opinions come into form one great solution. I've also been a part of teams where socialization would kind of take over, where maybe you didn't take that team forming portion so importantly, you wouldn't take that into factor as much, and you would realize that you just picked your friends or who you thought would be good. And before you know it, those meetings are more every week could be a wasted hour. Um, I was part of a team where, as a young clinic manager, um, they just put all the other clinic managers together into the team to form an issue where really we should have involved more providers. We should have involved other people than our peers, because you have a relationship with your peers to where maybe you view it more as a relaxing meeting. You don't have to take it as serious. And before you know it, it became a pretty pressing issue when the solution needed to come up, and we realized we hadn't really gotten too much traction on that issue because we were all too similar in roles that we all had one viewpoint, and a lot of times we'd be talking about, oh, who called out, or what's going on with this provider or that provider, and it kind of really hindered us on coming out with the best solution. For those reasons, I definitely prefer working in teams, but I would preface with the right team. Sometimes when it comes to schoolwork, I would much rather just put my head down and get the assignment done. I know how to do it best. My way works for me, and I can make it work. When you throw teams into schoolwork, it can make it challenging figuring out how to communicate, how to make sure all the assignments are done, where if you do it by yourself, I would prefer to do schoolwork by myself. But in a team setting, in a work environment, I guess I should say, I'd much rather work with others, knowing that I'm getting the best solution. Whether I'm meeting with administration or I'm meeting with a provider, I want to know that I've looked at all options. I've met with marketing. I've met with, anyone possible, nurses, mid-levels. I've met with providers. So when I go with an idea, I didn't just put my head down to get it done. I really took a second up to look at that bigger picture. And I feel like that's what you get with teams, is you get that big picture. And also during the implementation process, during that process, you have that team to back you up. Hey, I need to go figure this out. And maybe the nurse already knows that. The finance guy knows where to look for specific answers that you might not have looked at originally. And to me, that's why I prefer so much more working in teams in a work setting and even in schoolwork, but really depending on the assignment. Sometimes it's quicker and easier to get it done your own way. But overall, I much prefer working in teams.